shot from Rutgers, number 25 on the left side, very close to the hoop and a wide right, picked up by Texas State and a charge through the middle, giving ourselves a shoulder, and number one passes off to their keeper to the Texas State shot. Open player in the backfield, score through the right hoop. That's going to bring it to 30-10 in favor of Texas State. Kayla, you said we were going to have a lot of physical play here today, and I definitely agree. What do you think that both teams need to work on here as we've been seeing this game so far?
Right. I think Rutgers needs to focus on their offense. They need to, they need to charge more and not go for those longer shots.
Right on. They're taking their slow game. It's definitely a strategy to put the game at your pace. But again, the aggressive nature of being an aggressive offense comes with taking the defense by surprise. Texas State somehow recovers the quaffle in the Rutgers deep end, passing it off and coming back to Texas State on the left side. Left side, Texas State with keeper in the middle. Offensive bludgers both on their side of the pitch. Pass in the backfield for Texas State against Rutgers defense. Picked up once again, shot for the middle hoop, and it's no good, says the goal ref, but the shot back is good.
Yeah, and that takes them out of range. Let's see them.
Like Kayla said, that's 40-10. That's going to be a snitch range catch. Snitch range meaning we have 30 points for the snitch in our version of Quidditch, because 150 gets a little bit ridiculous. So a snitch range catch would mean that I would tie it up right now, so 40-40 with the 30-point addition. We do have an 18-minute secret floor, meaning our snitch won't be coming out for a little bit now, but it is important to keep an eye on the score to make sure that your team can attain the snitch catch. Scarlet Knights taking their time, making this their pace. This time a chaser bringing up through the middle. And their offensive beaters are losing bludgers left and right. Bludger control to Texas State, passing the back through the center hoop. And that's a goal for the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers, bringing it to 40-20. Now this would be a go-ahead catch, right?
Right.
As illustrated before, the 40-20, that's more than 30 points, or less than 30 points between them. So if a snitch was caught by Rutgers right now, that would make it 50-40, winning the game. Again, we're waiting on the secret floor for that snitch to come out, as Texas State brings another goal to the house, bringing it back up to 50-20. Rutgers struggling to find a rhythm here. Lots of offensive plays, ploys, and ideas, but coming up with a strong beater defense there with the bludger control. And Jenna Bolek, number 80, over here on Texas State as well. Rutgers, number 21, keeper, meeting opposition at the front of the field. Got a point chaser, number 21 for Texas State. 21 bringing it around for Rutgers on the left side. Last passing option to the backside, and they're out of the player area almost, but passing to the key, actually midfield for number 20, catching it for Rutgers. Number 20, a chaser on the right side. Again, that lockdown bludger control for Texas State is going to be really important. And that's a score. For the first time in this game, we have a clear bludger advantage for Rutgers, bringing them the bludger control 2-1. That is another score for Rutgers, bringing it another close score from 50-30.
Right. Once Texas State lost their control, I had a harder time on defense.
Absolutely. The bludgers are a key role in this game. They seem like dodgeball and a silly little addition, but they bring a lot of defensive and offensive sort of pizzazz to their strategies. Two bludgers in the backfield for Rutgers. Two different players running for them. Number 13 setting up on defense as the Texas State brings the quaffle back into their keeper zone. Texas State keepers slowing it down, taking a page out of Rutgers' book, but quickly speeding it up to their own pace that they've been playing fast so far. Pass off to number 1 on the right side, coming into the hoops. Cut is a wide left shot on the right hoop. Number 11 for Texas State picking up in the backfield, meeting opposition for number 34 on Rutgers. Passing off to Texas State number 1 in the backfield to the left side. Meeting opposition from beaters on Rutgers, who still have bludger control. I think. Oh, right. Number 80 for Texas State, deep in their defensive backfield with a bludger. Great beater work, great bludger work from number 13 on Rutgers, as a shot is no good from Texas State. 21 for Texas State picks it up on the right side. Chaser looking for other chasers, throwing it back into their zone. Number 1 Texas State picking it up, reforming their offense as they take subs and look and assess the beater control situation.
All right, this has been a long possession for Texas State.
Absolutely. They're not giving up this ball. They really want to get the game back on pace as they see Rutgers speed it up and take their Bludgers away. A long shot from before the keeper zone on the right hoops makes a good goal for number 1 on Texas State, bringing the score to 60-30 in favor of Texas. Texas State recovers a bludger off into the sidelines. Number 12 for Texas State picking it up. Number 18 passing a bludger on Rutgers to his beater partner, number 13. Both of them are coming heavy in on offense. This way, one of them is unloaded and is able to go for an open bludger. The other one picking up any blocked. 13 passes back a bludger for 18 to get back at their hoops as the Quaffle comes in and is recovered by number 1 at Texas State. Quaffle is recovered by the keeper at Texas State as they charge forward with no bludgers in the backfield. Dunking in the middle hoop. That's another good goal for Texas State.
And this will take Texas State back out of range.
Team captain Lindsey Morella for Rutgers definitely on the sidelines talking about what strategies they need to employ against Texas State. Like I'm saying, there's a pacing problem here that they need to reconcile, but that's not unusual in Quidditch games. Bludgers are free for Rutgers as they pass back to the hoops. Picking up bludger control as Rutgers as Texas State brings back the goal. Goal from Rutgers there brings it to 70-40 as we are again in snitch range. Texas State trying to play the slow game here. 74 for Texas State, passing it to the middle. Number 54, Texas State Bobcat. Looking for where his chasers are. They have nobody in the backfield except for 11 posted up right there by the hoops. Now, Kayla, what position do you play?
I play beater, so I've been watching the beater play, and it's been awesome. This is very physical, very in your face.
Absolutely. This is the top tier of this league as the best teams from each region make it to this tournament, the U.S. Quidditch Cup. So you're going to be seeing a lot of different strategies and a lot of different plays, but they're all coming together, and it's a great place to learn and see what's great to do in your own position. So I agree. These beaters are fighting and really communicating well, which is one of the best things that they can do.
Right.
Rutgers slowing the ball, number 21, the keeper. Chasers charging as the bludgers fly. Attacked by a bludger is the keeper, passing off to number 25. Rutgers coming up in the middle of the key. Pass it to the left hoop and it bounces in. Another goal for Rutgers, closing the gap, 70-50 in favor of the Bobcats. Bludger control, or BS, bludger sport superiority, as they say in Canada, has returned to the Bobcats as they press forward in their offensive advantage. Pass number 1 on the right side, keeper of Texas State. Twinkling toes, looking for that passing option, and a block by a keeper or a chaser on Rutgers, recovering the ball in their own zone.
Very nice block.
13 for Rutgers, a beater, going for that extra bludger in the Bobcats' back ends. As Rutgers charges forward with the Quaffle, looking for number 14 at the top of the key, passing it back to the keeper, number 21 for Rutgers, looking for a shot, cutting right, shot for the middle hoop, and it's good according to the ref. Once again, closing that gap, we have 70-60, and a stoppage in play. Assistant ref Christopher Coleman coming in to have a little huddle with Dan Hansen and Andrew Canto. As a head ref, it's important to have that extra pair of eyes or 4 on the pitch because there's a lot of things that you can see happen in Quidditch. A lot of the stands will say, "You're blind, ref," but they have a lot of refs looking at other things. So it's all about the angles and getting your angles covered. So it's good to have Coleman and Hansen there having your back for Canto.
Right.
Looks like a blue card against Rutgers here, resulting in 1 minute penalty time for the Rutgers beater number 13. Blue card is a technical foul, which does not stack, so a player can get as many blue cards as they can in a game without it stacking to a red card. And ref Canto calling out the score to give, again, 70-50 in favor of the Bobcats. Bobcats keeper slowly bringing it up to the key with a quick charge, missing a bludger beat, and coming up against opposition from the defense. Double chasers, and an advantage call coming from Andrew Canto. Advantages are important for referees so that they make sure they make a call that does not disadvantage the attacking team. Rutgers starting to clean up and look a lot more hardened here. They have an offensive leader walking up and escort for that offensive waffle player. Offensive waffle player being a chaser coming here in the middle of the pitch as they start to spread out their offense. Number 16 for Rutgers has been prolific so far, getting a lot of beats, but we're not seeing a whole lot of play time so far. But it's going to be important and a key result here in their offense. Number 25 bringing it back to their own zone, and 25 marking back up as that Rutgers beater, holding a fist up for that third bludger immunity, now has to run back through their back ends to grab that bludger.
I don't have anybody commentating.
Lots of bludger play over here on the right side by the Texas State bench as they bring it back to the mid-pitch, and Andrew Canto turns over the ball. Rutgers ball, the play is not stopped. There was no whistle, unless they didn't hear it. Nah, he threw it off pitch. I think that was a warning for distancing the bludger behind the Rutgers get back end. As the Rutgers beater was going for the third bludger, it is allowed for the team that has two bludgers to pass one back towards their hoops. But there was a little bit of cheese on that to get it back through the back end there. Rutgers beater number 16, hard shot, just misses to the right of the defensive beater for the Bobcats. A bludger comes in for number 25, beat right after the shot, but the ref calls it no good. Garrison, the keeper, coming up, passing it to number 54 on the right side for Bobcats. Quick shot over the top of the right hoop, no goal. Kaylee, I know you don't play chaser, but what would you want the beaters to do for the chasers at this point on Rutgers? They're starting to get some control back, and they are escorting. But what would you tweak?
As far as I would want them to follow me. Make sure as I'm clearing the path for them, they know that that path is clear, not try to take another pathway. It's just, communication is very important here.
Absolutely. Not just between beaters, but between beaters and chasers.
Right.
Because you need to know where that beater is going and where that path is going to be cleared. Rutgers beater is not pressing too hard into their defensive zone, and we have a second kick call from Andrew Canto, resulting in a penalty box time. Yellow card, number 21 for Rutgers. As number 21 was the keeper for Rutgers, and teams must have a keeper in play at all times. The headbands are switched, and our new Rutgers keeper is number 23. He's set up in a defense here for the Bobcats as they come up at number 7, and the Bobcats chaser has the defensive waffle. Scrum for number 20. The number 20 is the new keeper for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Twisting around the defense and putting it in the left hoop for a goal. The goal is called good initially as we have a conference here with the referees. Now I see a card on the pitch. We're going to see if that goal counts first or not. Yellow card. 1 minute in the box.
This is their
And they need to check the score table. That is a good goal, making it 70-60 in favor still of the Texas State Bobcats.
This snitch play is going to be so intense.
Absolutely. Coming down, like you said, in snitch range. This is a 10-point game now. At the 18th minute, the snitch will come out and give both these teams a chance to get 30 points and end the game.
Right.
As as a beater, when the snitch comes out, Kayla, what do the beaters really need to focus on as far as their team or the snitch?
You see, it depends. At a range like this, I would totally focus on the snitch, because whoever pulls it is gonna win.
Absolutely.
It's the whole dynamic of the game totally changes. Chasers are pretty much left alone, and beaters are pretty much fighting to get that seeker to catch that snitch.
And like we said earlier, these are top-tier teams coming to the national tournament, so you're going to be giving your all no matter how early or late you are in the bracket.
Right.
Looks like we have an advantage call up for the referees as Rutgers fights for that goal. Number 33 loses the quaffle, and it's recovered almost by another Rutgers player. Rutgers number 20 shoots to the left and back as it's an advantage call. This card will be going against Texas State. All good?
There's no whistle.
No whistle yet as Rutgers Scarlet Knights are looking for a quick goal here. No goal on the play. But they are set up number 3 right here on the left hoop. Quick shot through the left hoop, and that's a Rutgers score, tying the game at 70. Our snitch is out on the pitch, waiting for the snitch floor to be done. As the Seekers will come out at the 18th minute, the snitch gets to roll a little bit before that, a little head start. Texas State coming up the left side with the quaffle, looking for that passing option in 54 at the key. Almost beat by a bludger, but a fake. 54 looking for passing options as they set around the goals. Chasers for Texas State trying to get through the defense. 54 punches through for the right side for a nice goal, bringing 80 to 70 in favor of Texas State Bobcats. As the snitch is released and the Seekers are released, quick beat against Texas State's keeper, Seeker, going straight back to the hoops. A nice steal from the Rutgers beater as they take it away from number 12 on Texas State. Number 12 for the beaters on Rutgers, coming straight in for that snitch play. Texas State beaters keep snitch, Seeker, beat from the play and back to hoops. Right back in against the snitch, and beat again by number 13 on Rutgers. Gunfight at the OK Corral as both of these Seekers face off. Number 24 looking for a defense there. Rutgers Seeker coming in, lunging for the snitch here as they start to grapple. Snitch having a good time, still able to fend off one of these Seekers at a time. As the second Seeker comes in, it becomes a different game. Texas State number 16 with the quaffle going for the right side, but just past it. Not a shot past the number 5 for Texas State for a good goal in the left too. That brings the score to 90 for Texas State, 70 for Rutgers, still within snitch range. So either team could catch the snitch right now and win the game. Number 24 for Texas State as a Seeker playing defense to make sure that he can get a snitch, but then immediately deciding I'm going for it. Rutgers Seeker coming in for the snitch at the A spot as the Texas State Seeker looks on. Texas State lets the other Seeker wear out the snitch as they go in for the kill afterwards. Number 24, Texas State Bobcats, still fighting with that snitch. As the quaffle is passed back to Rutgers keeper in their key. After the 18th minute, anything can really happen because you have 5 total balls, including a snitch on the pitch. So it's hard to decide what you want to pay attention to, but in close games like this, the quaffle still matters. Number 25 for Rutgers looking for passing options, going back into their own zone as they form up for another offensive attack. Snitch is still uncaught as number 24 for Texas State, lunging after it. We haven't seen or heard from the Rutgers Seeker for a while as they sub out. Subbing in is a new snitch or a new Seeker for Rutgers. The Scarlet Knights will ride again. Quick beat from Texas State as the Rutgers player goes back to their hoops. And the Rutgers snitch coming around town, beat by number 23, Texas State.
Rutgers is playing it smart. They're slowing it down. I think they're very slowing it down.
Right, you are, Kayla, and you have to do that to be able to assume command of everything that's happening in this game. Like I said, there's 5 balls, so you really want time to go slow, so you can keep an eye on everything and everything and coordinate everything together because they all rely on each other.
Right. You don't want to risk the loss of possession and have them score and get out of range, but
Right, you are. Waffle scores can happen quick in snitch time. As a defense, especially the beaters like you were talking about before, we'll start to focus on that snitch game. Rutgers beater number 16 getting that 3rd bludger immunity. Facing off against number 13 in his own zone as Texas State is getting really tricky up here, number 12. Number 16 looking for that beat, another miss. Number 20 is Rutger, that seeker beat right before the lunge against the seeker. Snitch. 24 for Texas State still has not subbed out, showing that he has a lot of stamina coming against this very athletic snitch. 24 narrowly gets hit by a bludger as he goes back to the hoops, giving the snitch a little respite between 2 seekers in the knockout effect. Rutgers number 25 keeper going in for the shot at the left goal, bringing it to 90-80, still a 10-point game.
that was a very smart goal.
Absolutely, you got to take advantage of when the other team is not paying attention, hence the slowdown.
I've noticed.
Wide pass into the Rutgers bench from the Texas State keeper.
Right.
Looking for a contact call, but not getting one.
Yeah, I've noticed both the Texas State beaters are on that snitch.
They definitely want to have that locked down so the other team
Right.
does not get the catch.
I'm used to having one beater usually on the quaffle play, but they're all
Lots of sideline opinions on the referee call here. Halton an advantage quickly until Texas State picked up the ball again. We're going to get a contact foul here, and it's up to the referees whether or not that was a helpless receiver picking up the ball. Since they weren't, they're going to look at the side of the contact. It looks like it was the shoulder from this angle, but they're going to decide whether or not it's back contact.
That's what I heard. I don't know if that's
That's a yellow card for that Texas State chaser for illegal contact.
I just want to see. I just want to see.
I'm gonna have to get going.
Running back to the penalty box and doing a good job at explaining what's going on. Andrew Canto, head referee. Rutgers ball still 80-90 in favor of Texas State. Rutgers number 21 bringing that quaffle up sneakily on the right side as the Texas State beaters are ejecting their bludgers. Number 80, number 23 starting to figure out what's going on, bringing to the right side of the keeper and the snitch, both on the right side of the pitch. People getting beat left and right as number 80 for beating for Texas State is prolific with that bludger, getting 4 players out in a row. 5. Waffle is in Texas State's zone. Number 9 goes for the dunk, but is blocked by number 16 keeper. Picked up again by Rutgers, and a shot through the middle hoop is no good from Dan, and good from the goal ref. Looks like the goal was not called off, so we have a good goal. We'll see if the score table has changed.
To the old wraparound! To the old flip around!
Goal called off.
To the old back pull!
So we have a tie game 90-90 here as the score table catches up. A quick lightning bolt from Texas State keeper into the right side of the Rutgers defense for another good goal, bringing it back to a 10-point game. 100 will be broken to 90. Quick miss from number 16 beater for Rutgers. Not having a good day for accuracy. Number 24 coming in and still not having subbed out. Showing a lot of stamina, a lot of heart for this Texas State team. Unfortunately for both teams, this snitch has very long arms, very long legs, meaning it's a long way to go to get that snitch. Number 7 coming in for a quick grab, beat by Texas State. 23 for Texas State picks up another bludger. Rutgers recovering another one in their back end as Texas State still has that bludger control. very important this late in the game. That's a double beat. 16 was beat as he was throwing through the natural motion, which means it's still a beat on number 24, the Seeker. Double beat again for 13 and 23. Now very beat. 13 questioning the call, but still beaten back to hoops. Number 12 picking up and looking for that defense against Seeker. Texas State bringing the quaffle to the left side, right side, shooting, looking for a dunk, but number 25, the keeper, just kind of pats him down, saying, take it, seats. Texas State chaser in the middle of the pile here, looking for that quaffle to bring it back up. If they can bring the quaffle out of this pile, we got a quick shot on goal. Lunging lunge, which is redundant for number 7 on Rutgers. Going for that snitch, but no joy in that catch. Finally getting some bludger help over in the back end for Rutgers as their defensive pile still has not moved. Starting to unpile, and Andrew Cancho, head ref, making sure that things are safe as Rutgers comes out with the ball. Number 25, the keeper, is going to be setting up his team, going for another offensive attack. Number 7 for Rutgers coming in with one arm, coming on the left side, beat by number 23 on Texas State as they go back to the hoops. The knockout effect is the biggest thing that the Seekers have to worry about, because that's the most running they'll have to do all day. A lot of it is grappling and anaerobic exercise and motion when they're grappling with a snitch, but that, a quick lunge through the legs of the snitch twice in a row from number 7 on Rutgers. No dice on either side. Number 9 subbing in for Texas State, tries to dodge a bludger, but rolls in, still gets hit. Number 7 lunging again for the snitch. No choice. Rutgers scores yet another goal, tying it at 100, making the snitch still important for both teams. Number 9 is beat, giving a snitch runner another little break as both of these Seekers reset. Number 7 hovering on his side as Texas State puts another through the goal. Scoring table's telling me it's 110 to 110. We're going to go with that, as its game is still tied. Bludger's flying all over the place as the Texas State beater picks one up in the Rutgers zone. Still lots of action and contact from number 7 Rutgers, the Seeker, looking for that snitch ball. As the quaffle is packed to Rutgers, number 21, formerly a keeper, inching up on Texas State's left side. Bringing it in the middle as 25, the keeper goes back to Rutgers in that right side of the hoop. Spinning around and past to number 14 for Rutgers. It's a good goal on the left side. Rutgers comes ahead for the second time in this game, 120 to 110. As Texas State looks to answer on the left side with their keeper. Faking. Craig Garrison from the middle hoop, tying it back up, 120. beat it yet again. Losing bludger control over there for Rutgers as 2 are spring. Texas State picking up bludger control with those loose bludgers. Getting rid of that number 34 for Rutgers as they themselves in turn get out number 9, the Seeker, for Texas State. Waffle play quickly advancing for Texas State. Number 3 taking up to the key. Number 2 taking up to the key. The left side shot. Some resistance from the Rutgers defense, but still ending in a goal, bringing it to 130 to 120 in favor of the Bobcats. Quick beat and rejection from number 18 and going back to hoops for Rutgers. So number 24 is back in the game for Texas State, going for that snitch. An inches away grab from number 20, the Seeker for Rutgers. Almost had it in his grasp, but a nice old whiff as number 24 comes back from Texas State for that Seeker. Both Seekers on snitch right now. Snitch down to the first handicap in the 23rd minute. First arm behind. The snitch must stay between keeper zones initially, but each incremental time as we go along will increase the snitch handicap to make it somewhat easier for the Seekers to catch a snitch.
Great work, Peter! Keep it up, keep it up!
24's broom pulled out by the snitch. A classic play. Sending him back to hoops without even pushing him to the ground. Down in front, please. Down in front, please. Down in front, please. Thank you. Rutgers with the ball in the Texas State defensive zone. Got one chaser to block, looking for a pass as the passing option is beat by a beater. Craig Garrison coming up with the qualifier as keeper for Texas State, looking at opposition at the middle of the pitch. 33 coming up the defense. Charging through number 25 keeper, still with the ball at the center hoop, shooting for a score. Texas State trying to pull away here, 150-120, but as Kayla, as you said before, is still within snitch range. Quick beat on 64, who has subbed in as seeker for Texas State. Bobcats are looking for fresh legs against that snitch. Number 23, the beater, too little too late, as the waffle is passed through the hoop for another score for Texas State, bringing it to 160-120. Rutgers is officially out of snitch range here, and they must be playing defense against that seeker. As he comes up from the left side, the snitch is unawares as number 16, the Texas State seeker, comes up from behind for the snitch snatch. Referees are deliberating, and it's a good catch for Texas State, bringing the game total to 190-120 against Rutgers. Bobcats Scarlet Knights here at U.S. Quidditch Cup 10. This is pitch 2. Stick around, come on back for more action.